You're watching ABC 36, Good Day Kentucky, with Doug and Lisa High and meteorologist Dylan Goday.
Hey friends, welcome back in. Human Trafficking Awareness Month. It's happening now. And it's important to recognize that this problem can happen anywhere, in schools and neighborhoods, and unfortunately within families. But Refuge for Women looks to educate us on the prevention and to help us recognize the 5 Ps.
That's right. And here to talk more about this important issue and what you can do to help is Executive Director of Refuge for Women, Deanna Lynn. Thank you so much for coming back, Deanna.
Yes,
we appreciate it.
you.
And thank you for braving the temperatures to
Yes.
come in today, too. We
Not
do
a problem.
appreciate it. So let's talk about Human Trafficking Awareness Month. Why is it so important to have a month like this and to build awareness for our community?
Well, I think with human trafficking, it seems like such an out there issue, an out there problem, and this gives us an opportunity to be intentional with conversation and have a right here solution right here in our community.
Yeah, because we do kind of think of it as, oh, that happens somewhere else, like in big cities. That happens out there.
Or it's so big, there's nothing I can do about it. I'm just going to turn the other way.
Yes, exactly.
Right. So give us some tools here that we can use to recognize when it's happening. We talk about the 5 Ps.
Yeah, so there's 2 different 5 Ps that we use in this field. We're specifically teaching on the 5 primary approaches that a trafficker uses. And so we try to help people remember just the 5 primary predators. So you've got your partner, you've got the parent, you've got the producer, you have the provider, and then you have the peddler. And each of them have a different tactic. So you've got your partner who isolates you from your family after this person being the only person you have, tells you, if you love me, you'll do this thing for me. And not having anyone to question that against, or if that's like your normal, you do this thing, and then he tells you, well, now I'm going to be the only one who loves you, and if you want to stay, you have to keep doing this thing because no one's going to love you now. Your parent who fell prey to the other 4 tactics are raising their children up in this because that is their normal. Abuse, trafficking, sex for sale, that's the only thing that they know, so they don't even realize it's not something every family does. So parents are raising their children up in it from the last generation who fell prey to the producer who's hanging out at like high schools and spring break and college campuses and telling like tired college students, has anyone ever told you that you could model, or getting them fresh out of high school and introducing them to famous people in a lifestyle that just looks so glamorous and just kind of like baits them from there. And that's a huge tactic that's used. The provider who's offering their home a place to sleep at night for somebody who's out of state, or somebody who they'll sponsor somebody from out of the country, and then they steal their documents and start to take over that way. And then your peddlers, your typical local drug dealer who's hanging out at bars and offers you so much free drugs to enhance your time there, that once you start to get sick, they start to sell you so that you can feel better, and then once you're so demoralized, you keep going back. And so those are the things that are happening right here in our neighborhoods, our families, our communities, that don't look as obvious as snatching somebody off the corner.
It's so scary. It really is. It's unbelievable, too, that it's happening like that. So what can people do in this fight against human trafficking?
The first thing I would say is just get truly informed. Don't be afraid to have the conversation. I think we make the conversation so out here that it overwhelms people, and you don't even realize that somebody in your small group is going through this with their husband, right? And so being able to get informed, we do have a training this Sunday at 1 o'clock at Southland Christian Church on Harrodsburg Road. And so if you want to get more informed, we're happy to teach you what it looks like in Kentucky.
And we really need to drive that point home. I mean, this is happening in Kentucky. This is happening next door. This is happening in our schools. This is happening in our neighborhoods.
Right, and we need to be able to recognize it. So, I mean, just think like at any given time, there's 114,000 computers in Kentucky that's actively seeking child abuse material. I just had a meeting with the Attorney General's office, and they said in 90 days, 1,000 reports for Category 8 and Category 9, and that's infant and toddler. So this is a huge demand issue out here, and so we've got to get ahead of the demand, and we've got to heal the parents who are raising their children up in this because that's their normal.
What can our viewers do for your organization to get in this fight and help support?
Well, it takes a village. I mean, we've got just in our apartments out here, we have 24 women and their children, and it takes a lot of people to come up alongside somebody to help them find community outside of, say, the Refuge for Women staff. So we need things like mentors and tutors to help come alongside us. we'll be posting our book drive next week. And you know, we're so much more than just getting someone out. We have to help her heal her mind and renew her mind and her heart. And so we'll have 13 books that'll help her to do that this year. And yeah, just stay posted to see, I mean, anything that you have to give, like, I'm sure like somebody would benefit from it.
Oh, that's incredible. And where can people find out more information? What's the website or information?
refugeforwomen.org/Kentucky.
Okay, wonderful. Deanna, thank you so much for coming in today. We appreciate it. And thank you for all you do.
And we know there's potential mentors out there to help. So that's the call today. Reach out, please. And thank you for keeping us informed on this. It's so easy to say this is happening somewhere else. We really have to wrap our minds around the fact that it's happening right here at home.
Right.
Okay, appreciate you.
Thank you.
Back with more. Stay with us.